soaking it in. And honestly, that might be the best part of this whole story. Because when you think about everything he's been through, the headlines, the trials, the constant media attention, it's nice to see him just enjoying life. No pressure. No cameras rolling. Just being a guy in a beautiful city, doing what he loves. Now here's something a lot of people might not know. Johnny actually has a long history with Spain. He's got property in the Balearic Islands, which are absolutely stunning, by the way. So this wasn't a random trip. He knows the culture. He appreciates the art, the music, the people. Spain has always been one of those places where artists go to recharge, and it looks like that's exactly what he's doing. And here's where it gets even juicier. Some folks close to his team have hinted that he might be working on a little side project. Maybe a documentary or some kind of personal film project about his travels across Europe this year. Nothing's confirmed yet, but if it's true, it would explain a lot. The low-key travel. The reflective vibe. The presence of a companion. The creative spark in his fashion choices. It all kind of fits together, doesn't it? Also, here's something cool. A stylist who's worked with Johnny in the past said that his clothes aren't just outfits. They're stories. Every item has a meaning. The color, the texture, the way it's worn, it's all intentional. So yeah, those purple boots? They're probably more than just a fun fashion choice. They could symbolize something. A new era. A burst of creative energy. A personal statement. Now, let's talk real quick to all the fans out there who love Johnny's style and want to try it for themselves without spending a fortune. You can totally do it. You don't need designer labels or fancy tailors. Just hit up some thrift stores. Look for vintage scarves, old boots, cool hats. Mix and match things. Don't be afraid to layer. The key isn't about looking, pressing yourself. Feeling comfortable. Feeling you. That's the Depp way. Start simple. Maybe grab a fedora. Find a scarf that feels like it has a story. Add in some boots with a little personality, maybe even a pop of color if you're feeling bold. And the most important thing? Own it. Johnny's look works because he wears it with confidence. He doesn't ask for permission. He just is. And you can be too. So, after all of this, I really want to know, what part of this Madrid? Was it the purple boots? The mystery woman? The whispers of a new music project? Or was it just seeing Johnny look so grounded and happy? I'd love to hear your thoughts, so drop a comment below. Seriously, I read through them, and it's always amazing to hear what other fans are thinking. Also, if you're curious about what Johnny's been up to lately, like that Dior campaign or some of them, I've got another video that dives into all of that. It's linked right here, so go check it out when you're done. If you enjoyed this deep dive into all things Johnny, feel free to hit that like button. It really helps more people find this video and join the conversation. And of course, if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. The updates, because trust me, there's always more where this came from. Thanks so much for watching, for hanging out, and for being part of this little journey. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, stay curious. Stay kind. And maybe rock a scarf or two just for fun. Wait a sec. Madrid himself was spotted in Spain, walking around like it's just another casual day. And honestly, you won't believe what he was wearing, or who he was with. Something out of a movie, only it was very real, and fans are still buzzing about it. Now, if you're like me, you've probably found yourself endlessly scrolling through your feed, looking for any update on Johnny Depp. Whether it's new roles, music, fashion statements, or just glimpses of him out and about, there's always something magnetic about him. He has this timeless charm, like this blend of rockstar cool with poetic mystery, and it just keeps pulling people in. And guess what? This latest spotting in Madrid from May 2025 is exactly that kind of moment. Full of surprises, full of questions, and full of that classic Depp energy. So let's really get into it. Because there's a lot more here than just a few new photos. This whole appearance opens up a bunch of possibilities: what he was doing in Madrid, what that outfit could mean, who that mystery woman might be, and even some whispers about an upcoming music project. So if you're curious, just hang with me. You don't want to miss the details. Let's rewind to how it all started. Johnny didn't come blazing into town with flashing cameras and security swarms. He didn't do some dramatic public appearance with screaming fans or press events. Nope. He showed up super low-key at a boutique hotel right in the heart of Madrid. Not one of those giant chains with velvet ropes and bodyguards at the door, but a quiet, artsy spot that screams creative retreat more than celebrity vacation. And that's the thing, Johnny wasn't trying to draw attention. He had no huge entourage around him. Just himself, his guitar case casually slung over his shoulder, and that unmistakable Depp vibe that always manages to draw eyes anyway. Seriously, it's like he could be wearing a potato sack, and people would still look twice. But of course, this time, it was more than that. People started speculating. Some fans thought maybe he was there to film something, taking a break, maybe clearing his head. Theory, and the one getting the most traction, is that he's in Madrid working on music. And not just any music, possibly a collaboration with a Spanish artist. Now, that might sound like just another rumor, but when you connect the dots, it really starts to make sense. Over the last couple of years, Johnny has been diving deeper into the music scene. Collaborated with legends, and seemed to rediscover that part of his identity that existed even before he became Captain Jack Sparrow. So a quiet trip to Spain to work on music? Yeah, that tracks. Especially in a city like Madrid, which is buzzing with creativity and culture. It's the kind of place where artists go to make something personal, something raw. And that sounds very much like something he'd be into right now. Now let's talk about what really stole the spotlight, his outfit. I mean, wow. If you saw the photos, you know what I'm talking about. If you didn't, Johnny walks out of the hotel, and right away, you can tell this isn't your usual Hollywood getup. No tailored suit, no polished shoes, no branded logos screaming from his chest. He was wearing these rock legend feel. Then there was the scarf. This light, beige linen, as if he just came back from writing poetry on a balcony somewhere, a storytelling quality to it. And then, the fedora.